Hey, what's up guys, Devil Dog Gamer here, bringing you another episode of Marine Corps Mondays. Yeah, and I'm playing some Rush on the Shar Canals. I think I'm pronouncing it alright. But anyways, I'm using the Tunguska, or whatever it's called, the mobile AA, and seriously, this is the most overpowered weapon system in Battlefield 3. Like, I go 27-0 this round, and 90% of those kills are with this vehicle, and nobody can do anything about it. The only way they can even get any sort of damage on me is to sneak up on me, which they do, but you just lay waste to everything. It's overpowered. Anyways, so today for this Marine Corps Mondays, I'm going to talk about the most hated day in the Marine Corps, and that is Field Day. And some of you are probably like, Field Day sounds like PT, sounds like a fun time. No. The exact opposite. Field Day is the day you prepare your room for inspection, which is a weekly thing. So every week you get a room inspection. And if you imagine the white gloves and everything, yeah, they do that. That's just not a joke. So, anyways, what happens with Field Day is, usually the night before, everybody, once you get off work, which is usually, for us it was around 10, 11 o'clock at night, you start Field Day in your room, clean it, get it ready for inspection the next day. And when I say clean, I'm not talking about mop, hit it with the broom, stuff like that. I'm talking cleaning the most ridiculous things you've ever, something you never even think of cleaning. Like under your bed, the little crevices under your rack and everything, the blinds. I'm talking like the most ridiculous spots you can think of to clean. You're in there with like a Q-tip and freaking, all kinds of shit. And it is ridiculous. To give you some example, one of our things, we used to have to take our vents off of our, your air vents with the little slots, and we'd have to run Q-tips through it. And they'd come through and check that, all around the outside edges of that. Like, it's insane. Like, little shit like that you have to keep clean. And what happens is, if you're lucky, while you're out doing PT and whatnot, your room gets inspected. Now, if you're lucky, it'll be like a staff sergeant or your gunnery sergeant, and he really won't give a shit or look too hard. But if you're not, it'll be, freaking your battalion CO or something crazy. Like, I've had our battalion CO come for a room inspection. It was ridiculous. And the worst one is our sergeant major. Was ridiculous. He actually throws the gloves on everything, goes under your bed, all kinds of shit. And if they find anything wrong, oh God help you. You are screwed. You are screwed. So that happens. That's a weekly deal. And the funny part about it is, if you're new to that unit or a boot, not only are you going to have to Field Day your room, you will have to Field Day everyone else's room. And first you start with your room. Now, that's hard enough on its own, but then you're going to have your corporals or your sergeants or your senior lance corporals sitting there drinking, giving you a hard time, making you clean stupid shit the whole time. And then after that, even when they're even more drunk, you'll have to go clean their room, and they're going to be even harder on you because it's their room. So it's a little fun shit like that, It's kind of one of those days where you kind of wish you weren't alive. But anyways, so we used to have like little tricks on how to make everything look really, really nice. Under our racks, we used to take our boot bands, and that's what, you tuck the bottom of your pants up into. It's a little green elastic cord, 2 metal hooks. You hook it around your leg, tuck your pants. Well, we used to go under our racks and keep our sheets and stuff nice and tight. We go under the bottom, hook the hooks through the sheets and everything, and it'd be like a little elastic band pulling them nice and tight. Little trick like that. For our countertops, we used to have those plastic countertops for, around our sink area. We used to, and they were red, this nasty red color for some reason. But we used to put baby oil on them, and they'd stay shiny for about 9-10 hours. Just, you could almost see yourself shiny. Same thing with a shower. I know I talked about my little Pledge incident, but you'd sit there and hit the shower with some Pledge, and all those tiles would, shine real bright. And it's little stuff like that, go the extra mile, and you don't get fucked with after that because your room looks all nice and spick and span. But yeah, funny things with that. I've had some funny incidents. I actually had to clean this one guy's room one time when I was a boot, and I couldn't stand it. I was getting so mad. He was drunk as hell, so he ended up passing out halfway through the night. So he was a corporal, so he lived all alone. So I took his fucking rack and I just like wrapped him up in his blankets and whatnot, and started, I don't know, just jumping water on the floor, like whatever I could do to fuck with his room, because I was like, man, this guy's an asshole. So ended up, I had to clean it in the morning, but he wasn't fucking happy about it. But everybody else in the unit thought it was hilarious that I fucked his room like that. And needless to say, I got fucked with because of that. But you know, little shit like that makes you put a smile on your face. And one of our funniest incidents with it was my roommate Warner at the time. I lived with a roommate, Bradley and Warner. We were all Lance Corporals at the time. And Warner had this thing where he liked to get really drunk pretty much every night. It doesn't matter if we have to PT at 3 in the morning. He would get fucking wasted every night before. So we had just finished our field day. It was probably like around midnight. And we had to be up around 4:30 to get ready for PT and everything. And our rooms were probably going to be inspected while we were out. So he disappears. Me and Bradley, we go to sleep. So let me explain how the showers are set up in our room first. It's on the same level as the floor, but there's a little tile outcropping that would come up and separate it from the floor, you know, so you wouldn't have your water and everything spilling out. And that was the only thing, and it was probably like, I don't know, 5-6 inches high. And that would separate, keep the water out of there, and it would just be, you know, a shitter in there, and that's it, and then a door. So me and Bradley wake up probably around 3:45, get ready for PT, you know, go clean up a little bit, make sure everything's nice and spick and span before we go out there. And I put my feet down on the ground and I just feel water. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So me and Bradley start freaking out, like what the hell? We hear the shower running. So we go run over, door's locked, so we fucking get a credit card, pop it open. And sure as shit, fucking Warner got drunk as hell and ended up passing out in the shower overnight. Well, when he passed out, his fucking ass was sitting on the drain, so there no water was draining out, and it was all coming out under the door and overflowing into our room, and it was everywhere. And the worst part about it was he'd been puking all night while he was sitting there passed out, so there's like chunks of puke everywhere in the water. I'm like, holy fuck, we got a PT in a little while, and our room's gonna probably get checked. We're freaking out, so we get like fucking squeegees, and we're pushing water off the fucking, because we were on the second floor, so we just push it out of our room, you know, right over the deck, spill onto the ground below, freaking out, trying to get this room clean. And he's still drunk as hell. We got a PT, and usually when somebody's got a hangover, they PT, or, you know, still drunk, they PT the shit out of you just to make you pay the price. You know, you gotta babysit everybody pretty much. So we're sitting there squeegeeing water out, and my buddy Bradley's just like, fuck this, dude. I'm gonna mix some water with fucking baby oil and just fucking mop the floor real quick, make it nice and shiny. So he's fucking mopping this floor and stuff, and he's slipping and sliding everywhere. And I'm like, dude, this is not gonna be dry by the time it gets inspected. So we get all the water out, all the chunks of puke out. He fucking puts a layer of this shit on there. We fucking go out, PT, shut the door. So we come back from PT, and fucking one of our corporals is like, hey, you guys need to go down to the fucking company office right now. So we go down to the company office, and our fucking first sergeant's there waiting for us, and he says, what did you guys do to your floor? So we explain that there had been a little water leak, and he's like, I don't give a shit about that. He's like, what did you put on the floor? And we're like, a little bit of water and just like a dab of baby oil. And he's like, oh, so you slicked up the floors? And they're like, no, we didn't mean to do that. We didn't mean to do that. Well, turns out Gunny went in there. He walked in, slipped, and busted his ass on the floor. So they thought it was a little trap that we set, and you know, they didn't know the circumstances with what we had done it for. So Gunny was fucking pissed. He thought we were fucking with him. He was ready to fucking kick our asses, but he ended up, you know, he was nice about it. But anyways, this round's wrapping up. I'm gonna hop in here and get, I think, 2 more kills with this thing. The IR sights just make it so easy. Look, there they are. Smile for the camera. It's gone. Insane. Alright guys, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Until next time.